Spine straight, neck straight. Spine and neck aligned. Eyes closed. And in Namaskar Mudra, let's remember the Almighty, our Guru. Let's seek the divine blessings.
Bhurvuvah swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam
Bhargo devasya dhimahi
Bhargo devasya dhimahi
धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
Yo yo nah prachodayat
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु
Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu
गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः
Gurur Devo Maheshwara
साक्षात् परब्रह्मा
Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma
तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Go down to the Almighty, to all your gurus, and seek the divine blessings. For a few minutes, just watch your breath without any guidance. Don't guide yourself, don't instruct yourself. Just be mindful about your breath. All right. Let us start with the Anulom Vilom. 5 cycles of Anulom Vilom at your pace on the count of 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes and be mindful about your breath. Let us move on to the next pranayama, Bhastrika. 5 rounds of Bhastrika at your pace on the count of 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Watch your,
5 rounds.
yeah, 5 times.
Okay, done.
Watch your breath. Let us do Brahmari. 5 times at a pace on the count of 3, 2, 1. You know, also from the long below to normalize the breath. Now we are going to practice Hatha. Raise your eyebrows. All right, now gently close your eyes. Very good. Neck straight. All right. So now do you have the raisins with you?
Yeah, just a moment. Let me get it. I have it.
First, we will practice it.
Hmm.
Now, need to write some of the essentials that you need to keep in mind while you're writing the script. Okay. Now, what we are doing today is known as mindful eating. All right. That how much do we really pay attention and how much we are aware about what we are eating and how we are eating.
Hmm.
So there is an exercise, all right, that we are going to do. You can do it with any food that you are having. Okay, the meals that you have. All right, you can have this. You can practice mindful eating with every one of them. Right? I want you to place few resins in your hand. Place few resins in your hand.
Yeah.
Imagine that you have just come to Earth from some other planet, okay, without you know, being aware, or you haven't seen this reason sort of a thing, this item ever in your life.
Hmm.
You have to imagine, okay, that you do not know this, what it is called, how it tastes. You doesn't know anything about it.
Hmm.
Now, with this food in hand, you can begin to explore it with all your senses. First of all, just focus on seeing this object. Just see this object.
Hmm.
As if you are scanning it, you're exploring every part of it, as if you have never seen such a thing before in your life, right?
Hmm.
You can use your fingers, just turn it around and notice what color it is. Notice the folds that the food item has and how the surface, how the texture is. How does it feel on your hand? Is it light? It is the what is the color of it? Is it dark color? Is it light color? Is it transparent? Try to feel it, sense it. Is it soft? Is it hard? The, how the course of it is. It is while you are doing this, if you thoughts arises such as why am I doing this weird exercise? How will this help me? I hate this object. Then just see if you can acknowledge these thoughts. Let them be as it is. You do not need to change them. You just acknowledge their presence and bring your awareness back to the food object that is in your hand.
Yeah.
Now take the object beneath your nose and carefully notice the smell of it. Can you smell it? Is there anything? Ask yourself these questions. Now bring the object near to one of your ears. Squeeze it, roll it, and here you can hear any sound. Try to hear it. If there is any sound that it makes. Now begin to slowly take the object to your mouth, perhaps becoming aware of your mouth being watery. Gently place one of the object in your mouth. Place it on your tongue without biting it. Don't bite it. Simply explore the sensations of this object in your mouth. And when you are ready, intentionally bite on the object. Notice how it automatically goes to one side of your mouth, then another. Also notice the taste it releases. How does it taste? Slowly chew the object. Be aware of the saliva in your mouth and how the object changes its consistency as you chew. When you feel that you are ready to swallow, consciously notice the intention to swallow. Consciously put your attention, awareness on the intention of yours to swallow that object. Let's see if you can notice the sensations of swallowing the raisin. Sense it. It is moving down to your throat. From the throat, esophagus, and on its way to your stomach. Take a moment to congratulate yourself for taking this time to experience mindful eating. Now I want you to do it with one of the raisins. One more time at your pace. We tend to always forget. It has been said that you have to chew, when you take a morsel, you have to chew on it for 23 times, right? Do not do that in this fast life. Not even know that how does it taste. Sometimes if somebody asks us that what did you had the last night, we are so absent-minded that we do not even recall that, okay, what did we had. Right? So all those times we are not in the moment, and certainly because we are multitasking, we are doing, we are eating while we are maybe working or while we are watching TV, right? So mindful eating asks you to meditate. It gives you the opportunity to meditate. Meditate is what? Meditation is what? When you are in that moment, when your awareness and attention is completely in that moment, what you're doing, when you and what you're doing are in sync, that is meditation, right? So it gives you the opportunity to meditate even when you are eating. So this thing which is very essential, the most basic thing in our routine can also be, done with a lot of awareness and attention, that is mindfulness. Okay. So first, when you will be writing down the script, all right. Another thing that you need to remember is that can be done with any other object, but reason has been actually selected that particular object, food object. Um, People have done a lot of research on the reason exercise, all right, the reason mindful eating, all right, and they have got some significant results. And so from there, it is what we call it as reason meditation or reason exercise, but you can do it with any other object, that is completely fine, but prioritize reason if it is possible. Right. Okay. First, you will start with eyes. So whenever you will be writing down the script, first you will ask your client or your trainee to first see it. Mindful seeing of the food is important, right? So पहले उसको देखने का, that sense is important, because as soon as you see something, your mind starts working. So first senses that we are going to use it, eyes. Then second is olfactory, that is nose. It has been said and it has been researched in biology that with the aim of the food and the smell of the food, the gastric juices in your stomach get secreted. You will have the sensation of, that I want to eat. Okay. You will start feeling hungry, right? So this is the reason that we utilize all the senses. And the second one is olfactory, one that is nose, smelling, aroma, खाने की aroma होती है, ठीक है? So take the aroma. Then third is touch. You have to make that touch that object. You have to make your client or your trainee touch it. Then fourth is ear.
It is going to be fifth. Eyes, nose, then sense it.
Eyes, nose, touch, ear.
Eyes, nose. Okay.
Okay. And
Yes.
after utilizing and giving the energy of each of these senses to the food that we are going to consume, we are going to put it into our tongue, okay, and eat it, right? Make sure that you make your trainee or your client bite on it intentionally. That is important because the juices which get secreted, okay, that sends those juices that those secreted are important. Okay, that awareness is important. This is how you're going to make the entire script for mindful eating. And do it with any of the object, as I told you, but prioritize reason.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
After year, it's going to be taste. Like,
so now I'm going to uh, make you understand that how I'm going to prepare the script for acceptance of social anxiety,
okay.
also an MBI. But that MBI is that MBI is an amalgamation of other MBI that we have already done.
Okay.
Anxiety is a pure, if you know about it, it is a pure psychological problem, okay, that people have. All right, it can be genetic, it can be environmental. शायद से इंसिडेंट हो गए हैं just a second.
Okay.
शायद ऐसे इंसिडेंट हो गए हैं जिसकी वजह से probably they are mocked or they have been dragged. Okay, so then they would be very timid. They would not. They would fear crowds. Okay, going to crowds, displaying or showcasing their abilities, capabilities. They could not talk properly. They could not um, introduce themselves. Show up themselves properly.
Mm.
So there is anxiety, there is social anxiety, even the thought of it that you need to
Mm-hmm.
be around a lot of people. Okay, that would also not go well with such people, right? So it can be environmental, okay, past experiences maybe, or it can be genetic, where the genetic predisposition is such where um, they are they usually like to be alone. They usually do not like crowds around them.
Mm.
They are shy. Correct. They are not of that makeup where they like to showcase and propagate about their.
Mm-hmm. Is it the same for introverts?
Uh, Introverts are a little different from social anxiety.
Mm.
Because introverts are really not introverts when they go to a group of people which are very familiar to them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas social anxiety people, they are completely different.
Okay.
They will not match up and they will not get familiar with anybody. Okay. So when they would have such incidences, okay, when there is an attack for of social anxiety or of crowds, okay, so
Mm.
possibilities are that they will start trembling, okay, their hands will shiver, their legs will shiver, okay, they would want to they would have the feeling to urinate, all right,
Mm.
sweat a lot, correct, they would faint if there is an extreme case, right? So they become very self-conscious and they are they feel very awkward, okay, going to public, correct. So what are the outcome of it is that there are two things. Either they can go in depression, okay, they can have a phobia, okay, agoraphobia, or they will develop severe case of inferiority complex, where they will not be able to showcase their self. find themselves ever again. Okay? So these are the repercussions of this thing, and how we can treat it with mindfulnesses and the different psychological intervention is that we can give MBCT, we can practice them mindfulness based interventions. Okay, we can give them interpersonal family therapy. Okay, so different types of psychotherapy can also work, medications, antidepressants maybe. Okay, so all of these can be given, but then we need to understand that if we are going to make that person go on um, uh, medication, drugs, then the person, there are two chances. Either they will go defaulter, okay, where they will stop taking the medications, they will drop the medications, or they will get habituated to medications, and then only medications can help them, which is not everlasting, right? So once it goes into your blood and and it is all now, you know, it gets absorbed completely in your blood, it will less,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Then you have to increase the doses,
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of side effects. So we as therapists, we always have to understand that we need to give them, you know, therapies which can help them, you know, combat their social anxiety problem, right? And we can do this with mindfulness, because there are a lot of and thousands and millions of research which is done on that, the effects of mindfulness meditation on anxiety and depression, right? Be it any side, any type of anxiety. Okay, we can combat it through mindfulness. Okay, so
So, social anxiety basically results in depression and phobias, right? Or an anxiety too.
yes,
Is okay. Social anxiety.
it will start with, you know, worry, anxious thoughts, you know, anticipation about future, when they will when they will visualize themselves going into a crowd and getting lost. Okay, they will not be able to find their identity then, right? So this is the anticipation that they are making, that they will be mocked, they will be ragged, they will not be appreciated, they will be judged by people. They might have this low self confidence that they do not possess what others do. So this will lead into inferiority complex. Okay? So we do not want this, and we can help them combat this
Hmm.
based intervention, mindfulness therapy, that is MBC. Correct. So what we are going to do is what I'm going to make you write right now. Okay. So how are you going to prepare your script? Okay. So
This is we are writing for MBCT.
this is we are writing for helping people to combat the social anxiety, how they can accept the social anxiety,
Hmm.
MBI, acceptance of social anxiety. It is mindfulness based intervention. So first, you will make them do the part one. There are two parts, the entire therapy, your entire session. So, say for example, I am your client and I am having, you know, I have been diagnosed with social anxiety issues. All right, I cannot face public. Okay, I cannot
Hmm.
work on stage. I cannot, you know, go to stage and present myself properly. All right, I cannot present myself in meeting rooms. All right, all of these is happening to me,
Hmm.
right? I am here with you to ask for help, right? So you will be dividing your therapy, your session into two parts. So the
Okay.
first part is, okay, you will make them practice the body scan.
Okay.
Okay, scan every part. Okay, scan every part, right from feet to head, toe to head. Okay, breathe in and breathe out. Can use deep breathings, you can use belly breathings, you can use anulom vilom depending upon your client or your train. Ask them to do this much. Okay. Then next part is what's
Deep breathings, including Anulom Vilom.
it can be no, it can be any one of these three. It can be the deep breathings, it can be the belly breathings, or it can be Anulom Vilom.
डीप ब्रीदिंग के बाद क्या बोला आपने?
Belly breathings. Belly.
अच्छा, belly breathings. Any one of these.
Any one of these, depending upon your client. Then simply make them, okay, watch their thoughts, their emotions, their feelings, and specifically that event, okay, that they are anticipating either in their mind, which is not the reality. Okay. In the case of predisposition, genetic predisposition, okay, so they will have an image which will be, mocking them whenever they would be having this thought to go out, okay, in public. So that anticipation has to be breakdown, okay, because it is not in the reality. It is just a genetic predisposition that which is happening, right? Because of genetic predisposition, this is happening. Genetically, that person is timid, shy, right? So first we have to break down it, okay, in genetic predisposition. And if it is anything which is environmental, then ask them to leave in a sense, not live, okay, छोड़ना नहीं है, जीना है उसको mindfully. Okay. Ask that person to live that moment where there might be a situation where they would have been mocked for some of their abilities or inabilities, or they would have been dragged about it, or they would have been insulted for it. Okay, they would not have been taken into consideration, their capabilities or abilities. So whatever it is, okay, whatever that the event is, that memory is, ask them to live it more mindfully. Watch it, okay, accept it without any judgment. As a third person, you just simply have to acknowledge it. It is not going to consume you. It is not who or what defines you.
Okay.
All right. Then once this is done, okay, now we need to understand that this is a trigger for them. Okay. So once we are providing them with the trigger, okay, provide with the calm thing. Okay, so now again you will ask them to do the mindfulness of breathing. Watch your breath. Okay, inhalations, exhalations, चालू रखवाना, depending upon the capacity of lungs. ठीक है, 5 करे, 10 करे, 15 करे, but mindful. ठीक है, as soon as any of the thought regarding that event or regarding the social anticipation, anxiety anticipation that they are making, anything, okay, just let it come, acknowledge it and go. Okay, come back to your breath. Okay. And then last May, to get them ready for it, okay, you can do it. All right, you have to make them practice stop, depending upon the time. उनको stop practice करवाओगे. And also, say for example that the event is maybe, or the public appearance, or the meeting or anything is at a later, any event at a later time. It is not, or it is not just half an hour after the session that you will be giving. Okay, so just tell them, ask them to practice stop, okay, 3 times before they actually go for it. We can ask them to do stop because remember, it's an informal way of practicing mindfulness. So it can be practiced anywhere by anybody in any situation, in any circumstances.
3 times before actually.
Actually, well. Correct? This is how you will make the script for acceptance of social anxiety. ठीक है, ये सब करने से पहले just take the case history that क्या हुआ है. Would you like to tell me about anything? Like to share anything about it? What happened with you?
Is there any particular performer for case history taking? Because when we do in clinical, so there are different type of things.
I'll give you the format of it.
Yeah.
Very brief, because we do not want, we are just focusing on one aspect, on one.
Yeah, because when we talk about clinical things, so that becomes very different, and we do not have to go into that much depth. Yeah.
Any question that you...
And case histories to be taken for a single person, not if we are doing it in groups.
Groups में you directly start with the exercise. And body scanning बहुत ही ज़्यादा effective बनाना. It has to be very effective, and always try that you spare time specifically for body scanning. Okay, in the sense that वो एकदम, अगर आप इवेंट कर रहे हो, से फॉर एग्जांपल, ठीक है, कहीं पे भी आपका कोई इवेंट है, तो that specific time that you are, keeping for body scanning, okay, उसके बीच में कुछ भी नहीं आना चाहिए. It should not jeopardize कि भाई जल्दी 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 बॉडी स्कैनिंग करवा लो फटाफट फटाफट. No, be very calm, relaxed when it comes to body scanning. And same is with the rain. Rain is very effective. अगर सारों की energy, comes to you, and if you, can give it back, okay, so rain has like done wonders to people. So ये दो चीजें बहुत ही ज्यादा अच्छे से, it's like pour, आप करवाओगे, it's like a, quick bit, आपको मतलब तुरंत ही इफेक्ट नजर आने लगेगा.
Okay.
Okay. ठीक है, चलिए अभी कल है जो वो है इम्पोर्टेंट है. कल है इमोशनल रेगुलेशन, which is important.
Emotional
Regulation, that is acceptance of thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
It is also an MBA, which is important. All right. Practice mindful eating, if not like all the meals, but at least one meal. All right, and try to eat it and do it with hands, okay, rather than using spoon or any cutlery item. Okay. Chali. Let us remember the Almighty and our Guru. Let's pray for the well-being of our loved ones, our community, universe. Let us develop the empathy and compassion within ourselves. Namaskar. Om.
Om.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः
सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः
सर्वे सन्तु निरामया
सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु
सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु
मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्
मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ
शान्ति
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 शान्तिः
शान्ति।
Go down to the Almighty, to all your gurus, and be grateful for this another day in life. All right.
Namaskar.